Today we're going to take a deep dive inside the account of a player who goes by the name of Jack. This player might be familiar to you because right now they are currently ranked 12th in the entire game for highest kill points. In fact, maybe even more impressive than that is that Jack actually came in first place for the highest kill points gained in 2024. In 2024 alone, they gained 28.3 billion kill points. A majority of those kill points were gained in Kingdom 1093. Near the end of the year, they found themselves in Kingdom 1960, and now, well, they find themselves as the king of Kingdom 1568, which, as you guys know, is the kingdom that I have been in for many years now. So today we're going to take a deep dive inside Jack's account to see what commanders, gear, and armaments he has, which pairs of commanders he used in the past, and which ones he might be using in this upcoming KVK, and much more. But first, what's going on, guys? Cheers. Now, as you guys know, I am a partnered creator with Rise of Kingdoms, which means they support a few videos on the channel every single month, just like this one. But the most important support comes from you guys dropping a thumbs up on the video and subscribing down below. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at Jack's commanders here. Ranking by power, we can see that his most powerful commander is Zhuge Liang, followed by Guan Yu, which is actually quite interesting, and we'll take a look in just a minute at what pairs were actually used in KVK to get all these kill points. Right now, I'm pretty sure he said that everything is set up for Canyon at this point because we're not in KVK right now, and so everything is optimized for Canyon instead of field fighting. But as we can see here, we've got Liu Che, Huo, we have Trajan, of course, King Arthur, Zhang Yu, Hera, we have Eleanor, Choi Young, we have Attila. These are all the usual suspects, and you can see even going far back into the meta of previous Rally Garrison, we see even the Margaret expertise here with Cordoba. Got a little bit of ranged investment there. No gear on them though, which is weird. We see Cao Cao, we see Shajar, even the Bobber is expertise. We have, of course, Belisarius Prime, we have William Wallace, Scipio Emilianus, Ragnar Prime, Philip, all the usual suspects here that you would expect a Giga Whale like Jack to have on the account here. As we continue to scroll down, we have Takeda, even Leo is fully expertise here. We have Artemisia, of course. Even the Suleiman has the expertise here, which is kind of insane. As you can expect, all the gold key commanders. We even have an expertise Saladin and Genghis Khan. Oh my god, actually insane. The Edward of Woodstock is expertise as well. Truly incredible stuff here. It looks like Ramses is not expertise, but it is 5544. It looks like we have Pyrrhus, Chuk, Wu Zetian, Gajamada. These are all commanders that are maybe partially expertise. If we take a look at Bertrand, no, it looks like Lapu Lapu's not fully expertise either. We have John Hyundai. We even have Lu Bu over here on the account, a 5112 Lu Bu. So Jack has been around the block here because Lu Bu was a limited time commander a long time ago. We have Charlemagne, we have Stefan the Third, which is crazy, and even Siage as well. So Jack literally has every commander in the game. There are no commanders that Jack does not have in Rise of Kingdoms at the time of recording this video, which is honestly kind of insane. All right, now let's take a look at the equipment and armaments for some of these commanders here. Now, like I said, some of these commanders might have gear on them that they wouldn't normally have because of Sunset Canyon, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But here we can see the Zhuge Liang has tier 5 everything except for the chest gloves and the horn right there, but everything does have a special talent, and this is the Dragon's Breath full 6-piece set, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want you guys to understand for a minute. I know a lot of people argue about what is the best archer equipment in Rise of Kingdoms, and if a player like Jack can use a set like this and get the most kill points of all players last year, you do not need to micro optimize that last 2% little bit to, oh, we gotta put the leadership legs up. Like 99.999% of you guys do not need to worry about that. Okay, absolute giga chad set here. Let's take a look at what's on the Guan Yu. So we have the 2 KVK pieces, both iconic tier 4. We have the Hope Cloak and the Eternal Knight. The Hope Cloak tier 4, the Eternal Knight tier 5, and then we have the 2-piece set bonus here from the infantry set. We also have a tier 3 ring and a tier 2 horn, neither of which have the special talent, which is very interesting. If we take a look here at Liu Che, he's got, oh my god, tier 5 everything except for the gloves are tier 4, and then the 2 accessories are only iconic tier 1, which is interesting. Of course, as you guys know, and I've said this before, iconic tiers for accessories are extremely expensive, and so really, again, this just goes to show that like you don't need it to be an absolute legend on the battlefield. Okay, it's good to have it, but you don't need it on every set. Now, I recently made a video talking about the best infantry equipment in Rise of Kingdoms, and even though the sort of old 4-piece infantry set build isn't the best when it comes to getting the best trades, it does give you the highest march speed, which you really want for infantry, and so that's the trade-off. And as you can see here, Jack has made that trade-off. Taking a look at the Huo equipment, and we see some absolute Giga Chad equipment here once again. Everything here has a special talent except for the accessories. Iconic tier 5 weapon, helmet, and boots, tier 4 for the chest, legs, and gloves, and tier 1 for the accessories. Taking a look at the Trajan set, we see another 6-piece archer set. Now this is again probably for Sunset Canyon. Okay, so this archer set would obviously be on the archer commanders, and we'll go over that in just a minute, who most likely will have this in KVK. But we see a dagger special talented for archers. Really interesting stuff there. I wonder what the strategy is. I feel like, I mean, maybe if you were doing like a supportive march with Shajar, you might want to do that, but I'm not really sure what the strategy was with the archer talent on the dagger. Taking a look at Arthur, we see once again special talent on everything except for the 2 accessories. Iconic tier 5 boots, tier 4 weapon, legs, tier 3 for the helmet and the gloves, and tier 2 for the chest piece here. Taking a look at the Zhang Yu, we've got the KVK helmet and weapon. We have a special talent on the chest, legs, gloves, and boots. We have iconic tier 5 on those boots, tier 3 for the legs and gloves, and tier 1 for the 2 accessories as well. So does that mean we're running, how many sets of cav gear is that? So that's 1, 2, 3 sets of cav gear so far. Crazy that it's on Zhang Yu. I wonder what the strat is there. Taking a look at the Hera, we have a full leadership set, and some of it is actually talented for leadership, which is kind of crazy. So this could be in the future maybe used for open field leadership, but more likely it's going to be used for garrisons, maybe city rallies, things like that, especially because we have the vengeance here for the counter attack damage. Now of course this was probably talented a long time ago because it is talented for infantry, or maybe if there's ever an infantry rally situation where they would want that so it doesn't get swarmed, or if it does get swarmed, it's really punishing. Here we can see Cao Cao has Trial of the Lost Kingdom. My goodness. And it also looks like there's another ring over here that's not being used, so that is a crazy number of rings. Jesus, 7 rings of doom. Giga Chad status over here. That's gonna do it for equipment. Let's take a look at the armaments here, and starting off with Zhuge we've got some crazy stuff. Really nice 3 legendary inscriptions here. We have Intrepid, 10% skill damage bonus. We have Balanced, resisting normal damage by 3.5%, and upon reaching 80% rage you get another 8% skill damage for the next 3 seconds. Crazy. Of course, Hunter here, everybody knows Hunter. War Hunger gives you 1.5% more normal damage, and Fit gives you 3.5% health, which brings this army up to 10% health, 11.9% archer defense, 10.1% attack, and 2.5% all damage. Very nice stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a look at the Guan Yu, also wedge formation, we have Balance once again and Hunter. We have Spirited, Primed, and Focus Fire. 4% boost to skill damage here, 8.4% attack, 10.6% defense, 12.4% health, and 3.4% march speed, which is very, very good. Looking at Liu Che's arch formation, once again 3 legendary inscriptions. We have Fearless for 8% boost to normal damage dealt, Invincible, resisting skill damage by 5%, and for every 20% of units a target troop has lost, the wielder deals 3% more normal damage up to 12%. And then we have Straight to the Point, another 3.5% bonus to normal damage, and a chance to gain even more as well. We have Bellicose here, a 10% chance to gain a 5% bonus to damage dealt, with 9.7% attack, 9.3% defense, 9.8% health, and 1.5% all damage. You know that Liu Che is going to be hitting like a truck. We've got Huo here with the wedge formation, Hunter once again, embattled, spiked, and focus fire again here on the Huo. 9.6% cav attack, 10.5% cav defense, 13.3% cav health, and 3.5% cav march speed. The Trajan also rocking the wedge formation once again. This is the archer stuff, so I suspect that Trajan is paired with Shajar in Sunset Canyon or something like that. We have Calm, Requital, Armored, Spiked, Focus Fire, and Artisan here for the archers. 9.7% attack, 8.2% defense, 10.6% health, and 3% march speed. The archers really need need that march speed, which is very, very nice. King Arthur rocking the Delta formation, absolute giga chat armaments here for Delta already. There must have been some sort of armament conversion here, or Jack just went all in on Delta. But we have steel skin, we have butterfly as well, and thrasher. We have breaker and shielded with 11.1% attack, 9.6% cap defense, and 10.8% cavalry health. So you know that this King Arthur is going to hit like a truck. Taking a look at Zhang Yu, we've got another cavalry set here for the wedge formation. We have tremors, well clad, boiling blood, respite, cohesive, desperado, and infamy. We have 7% attack, 12.4% defense, 11.3% health, and 2.8% cavalry march speed. Taking a look at Hera, this must be for city defense. We've got a nice mixture of stats here, lots of which are tanky. We have battle ready, retaliatory, alert, fit, unswerving, and hardy. So lots of health here as well. Bunch of counter attack damage, just very good stuff here. Taking a look at the Eleanor garrison formation, we've got the arch formation with ward, alert, siege work, counterer, and evasive. 7.3% attack, 10.8% defense, 8.8% health, and 2.6% march speed with 1.7% all damage. A curious setup considering Eleanor does do some skill damage, not normal damage. So I'm curious what's going on there, but maybe this is once again misplaced because we are not in KVK at the moment. But it's also worth noting that normal damage does increase your counterattack damage, so maybe there's something there that I don't know about. I'm not a garrison leader, so I have no idea. But moving on, we have Choi Young. We have once again an arch formation here. That makes sense. We have the valiant, retaliatory, devious, eclipse, and infamy with 10% archer attack, 8.5% defense, 6.8% archer health, and 3.1% march speed for archers with 3.3% all damage. Looking at Attila, also with an arch formation here. This must be for city rallies, which obviously makes sense for Attila. This is, I guess, one of his worst sets, but it looks really quite good, to be honest with you. Respite, assertive, eclipse, and infamy, 4.6% attack, 9.3% defense, 9.4% health, and 3.2% march speed. Jadwiga with another arch formation here. We've got a bunch of cavalry stuff once again. It looks like Jack invested heavily in the arch formation and had a lot of these things left over and just stacked them on the garrisons in case he needed it for something. Clearly this is not a main set for Jack. Taking a look at Pakal, we've got another arch formation set. We have furious, embattled, militant, 8.9% attack, 10.6% defense, 7.8% health, 2.3% march speed, and 1.7% all damage. So even like a throwaway set like this for Jack is like a really good set. Oh my god, it's like all the garrisons have something on them. It's actually kind of insane. Even garrisons that maybe, is Jack even using these? I guess perhaps we would be using, I don't know. These are all arch formation. This is just an absolute whale at work here. Like, oh my goodness, all of these garrisons, actually insane. We have Margaret here with the ranged formation, onslaught, and 7.4% attack, 8.3% defense, and 4.4% siege health. Although I don't know, we didn't see any gear for these siege marches, so I don't know if Jack is all in on siege or not. I suspect maybe not. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the equipment and the armaments. Let's take a look at the 7 army lineup that Jack used over the past few months to get the highest kill points in 2024 out of any player in Rise of Kingdoms, which is actually insane. The first commander pair here should be obvious. That is Yu Liang with Herman Prime. We saw the equipment, we saw the armaments. This makes the most sense. I've been saying this for months. Of course, this is going to be your single best archer pairing in Rise of Kingdoms, hands down. The second army that was used in the most recent KVK that Jack was in was Ashurbanipal primary with Philip secondary, this being a pure archer march. And as you guys know, there is a full archer set on the Trajan right now, which I suspect would be what is on the Ashurbanipal, or what was on the Ashurbanipal when this was used as a field march. Now I have been told that in the upcoming KVK in our kingdom that Jack will be a part of, they will most likely be moving Philip to King Arthur, and then that frees up this slot to either be Ashurbanipal with YSG, perhaps Shajar with Ashurbanipal, or something along those lines, maybe Shajar YSG, who knows. But that is the future of the second archer pairing for the Jack account. Probably won't be Ashurbanipal Philip in the upcoming KVK, but that's what they used last time. Third, we have Ragnar Prime with CPO Prime. This is once again an obvious great pairing. I used it in my most recent KVK. This is the premier skill damage pairing if that's what you're looking for infantry. Ragnar Prime being a little bit of an improvement over the previous, which was Guan Yu. He loses the silence but gains a bunch of stats and hits even harder, so it's a really nice upgrade there. It's a double AoE, just absolute giga chad set here, so it makes sense that he would be running this. The fourth army is of course Liu Che with Alexander the Great. This pairing is, I mean, this should go without saying. I've been saying this for months now, if not probably a year at this point, maybe, preaching the Liu Che Alex pairing, and once again, I mean, the data doesn't lie. If this player has gotten the most skill points out of any player last year, I mean, this just goes to prove it. Liu Che with Alex is a giga chad commander pairing, and I think it will continue to be that way for at least the next few months. I'm curious to know what the next set of infantry commanders is going to be. The fifth army here, we've got again King Arthur with William is what Jack used in the most recent KVK that they were in. As I already mentioned, King Arthur will probably be with Philip in the upcoming KVK, but we'll actually have to see. However, King Arthur with William did, I guess, perform really well for Jack. Moving on to the sixth army, we have Huo with Belisarius Prime. Now of course this is the whale strat, right? Obviously when Belisarius Prime came out, everyone kind of quickly realized that Belisarius Prime would be great for players that are swarming things down, and as you can imagine, a player like Jack is going to be known for swarming things down. Okay, so Huo with Belly is great for swarming things down. Most players, especially free to play, probably aren't going to be using Belisarius, and so this might be a little bit unusual for you, but I think this makes a lot of sense given Jack's account. And the seventh pairing here is Nevsky with Joan. Now of course this is set up differently because I've been told actually in the previous KVK that Joan was paired with Belisarius actually, and since the Belisarius was moved over here to the Huo, then now we've got to fill that spot, and so Nevsky is here. I suspect in the upcoming KVK this will switch to Nevsky Joan, but this is just how the preset is set, so that's what I'm showing off here. So it looks like Jack is running a 2-2-3 lineup here. We've got 2 archers, we have 2 infantry, and then we have 3 cavalry, and I think that is a very solid setup, especially if you're going to be an open field demon like Jack. But of course Jack also has a bunch of garrisons and rallies and things that they can do. I mean, given the equipment and the armaments, it makes sense. Anyway, that was the 7 army lineup for Jack. A little bit of insight as to what they used in the last KVK and some predictions and some changes that they'll be making for the upcoming KVK. Here we can see the SVIP, the wheel, just an insane amount of VIP points, 10.3 million gems, actually insane. Of course, everything purchased in the VIP special bundles. Taking a look at the city skins here, we have currently equipped the Dreams of the Apkalu. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but this of course gives you a passive training speed bonus, which is probably why Jack is rocking it right now, because we're not in KVK, and so the training speed is nice. But of course we have the Daedalus Dirigible, which gives you 20% cavalry attack. We have the Wings of Sailcloth. We have 12% universal defense and the action point recovery. Not going to try to pronounce this one, I do apologize, but this is the 15% archer health city skin, which is insane. Then we have Reign of Rhyme, the 15% infantry health city skin, which is insane. Ancient Leisure, 15% archer attack, forgot that even existed. We have the 15% archer defense in Star Palace. We have the Frozen Fortress, which is 10% infantry defense. I didn't even realize that infantry had 2 frozen city themes, and one was defense, one was health. We have the Divine Abode, of course. We have Babylonian Gardens, 10% infantry attack, and we have the Twilight Falls, of course. Taking a look at the commander view, we've got Ashurbanipal as the charge captain, Arthur as the drill master, Yuliang as Iron Guard, and Liu Che as the constable. Looking at the more information for this account, we see the highest power ever was 229 million. Truly insane. We have 84.6 million dead troops, which is really impressive stuff, and the kill point breakdown is 53.1 billion kill points for tier 5 alone and 9.6 billion kill points from tier 4. Truly insane stuff here. Right now rocking the Ottoman Empire civilization. Taking a look at the most recent Lost Kingdom award, 500 million kill points in a single KVK, 2 autarchs, 6 participations. We have almost 10 million troops lost and 276 million troops healed. Currently right now we have 9.5 million troops, 2.7 million tier 5 infantry, 3.7 million tier 5 cavalry and 2.3 million tier 5 archers with 250,000 siege. So not all in on the range combat just yet, it seems like. Also, we got 400,000 tier 4 calves. I wonder what that's all about. If we take a look at the most recent season retrospect, I love how it says the Crimson Path. You killed 449 million units, more than 100% of other governors. Literally, it's just like you were the best. There's nobody else even did this, so good for you. That's basically what that's like. Absolutely insane. Almost as many deaths as well, 97% of all governors. This is the season retrospect here. So they did King of All Britain most recently, Heroic Anthem, Alliance Invictus, Warrior Unbound, Heroic Anthem, and Warrior Unbound again. And I wonder if Jack's ever gonna run out of the 4-hour advanced army expansions here. That's kind of nuts. Taking a look at the speed ups here, we've got, let's just jump down here. Okay, we've got 2,700 days of speed ups, universals. We have another 315 days up here and 47 days of healing speed ups. Wow, we actually still have 25 conversion stones here. Kind of nuts. Quite a bit of flux scripts here as well. Currently stockpiling 675 legendary commander sculptures. I feel good knowing that at least my account has more legendary commander sculptures than this one. I can at least say I've got more of that. I also have more universal speed ups, but not gonna brag about that. Taking a look at the 2024 yearbook, I'm curious, what does the yearbook look like of somebody who was the most kill point player in the entire game? Your journey began on October 25th 2020 with the Germany civilization. Wow, 2020, that's amazing. You've waged war for 367 days, served as a devoted governor for 1,398 hours. March 17th 2024, you set a personal record power improvement of 37.8 million. VIP 18 is a mark of your distinguished status. You have safely tucked away 13.9 million gems in 2024. Recruited 10.5 million soldiers to your 10th cavalry being your favorite, crushing 1 billion enemies under your boots in 67,827 victories. You have truly outdone yourself as the greatest strategist. Wow, this is insane. Throughout many a brutal conflict, Liu Che has been your most capable commander. Insane. Absolutely insane. And looking at the album here, we have the Osiris League champions as well. That's kind of nuts, dude. That is kind of nuts. Look at the season accolades right here. Kill leaderboard, Captain Jack. Whew. This one too, kill leaderboard #1. That's impressive when you're in a KVK with Ahmad Aziz and Makot and boom boom boom, dude. Oh my god, all these players, honestly. Anyway guys, that was a deep dive inside of Jack's account. Truly one of the most impressive players that I've ever seen in Rise of Kingdoms. The account speaks for itself. Very happy to see that they are now in Kingdom 1568. Of course, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, this is the secret call out. Make sure you drop a thumbs up on it and comment down below the crown emoji. That way I'll know you made it all the way to the end. While you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell to be notified the next time I upload a Rise of Kingdoms video, and comment down below your thoughts on Jack's account. Were you impressed with everything that you saw? Were you shocked at how many kill points he could pull down? And with that being said, guys, I do want to thank Jack for letting me take a look at the account today. An absolute powerhouse here in the Rise of Kingdoms community. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.